Houses kept the pine trees growing in the backyards. They don't cut them down. This house is very pretty. It's very, very green. These are definitely some wealthy people living here. To jump to river or just park your little boat. Okay, so we are in this small Latvian town called Ādaži. It's approximately 15-minute drive north from Riga. This looks like a local restaurant. And today I wanted to check this town to see how a local Latvian population lives in a small town, because in Riga, which is capital, you don't necessarily see what's the real life in Latvia like. So we are in the center of a town. I see we've got some park in front of us. Let me cross the road. It's midday, Wednesday. Some flower shop. First thing I noticed here, it's very clean. Like the sidewalks are very clean. But that's quite common in Latvia, I suppose. These are super popular in Latvia. These scooters, Bolt. I think it's Estonian company, so it's a scooter rental, but that's probably getting popular across the world as we enter new age slowly. I want to check some housing in here because I'm really into properties and real estate. It's kind of my hobby. I like it. I like to see how people live, what kind of apartments and houses are there in the different countries, how much does it cost, because that quite a lot determines quality of life, by my opinion. Well, I like that it's all green in here and very clean so far. I heard there is a little zoo, like a small zoo in the center. Maybe we're gonna be passing it. Oh, I see it in front of us. It's right there, if you see. And what's cool is we are walking on the sidewalk, and this left side is basically for our cyclists. You can see people in the distance. There are two girls walking, and another one is on a bicycle next to them. Middle of the day, but people are chilling. Alright, so this in front of us is a hospital, medical center. It looks pretty new to me. Let me know in the comments what you think so far. We haven't seen much, but this is just a start. We're gonna see much more soon, because there is a beautiful area where the river is, with the volleyball court as well, I believe. I did a little research. Look, here are the animals. This is cool. And I can see it is on donation basis. So basically you are free to enter. but they kind of expect you to donate €1.50 per entry, which is cool because it supports the animals. I would hope so. Let me know where you are from in the comments, and if you do have some kind of something like that similar in your town or city. Gerkalne, 10 kilometers. Hey, look, pony. And this is where he lives. Interesting. It's very cool. Wow, look at this school in front of us, this colorful building. Let me quickly cross the road. I just want to check it out. It says Ādaži school. Right. I notice a lot of people are using bicycle. It's very quiet here. Yeah, you see that colorful building in front of me? Ādažu Sakumskola. Look at this. Well, 8 years of living in UK, I haven't seen school like that. Wow, look at that. Right, let's carry on. Which way are we going? I see a pine trees at the back. By the way, let me know in the comments, please, because that will basically determine the future of this channel. I'd like to find out if you prefer quiet walking tours or with me talking. If you noticed, most of my videos, previous videos, are quiet. I never talk. Probably only in the first 2 videos I talked. And I'm experimenting. Should I make a comment about where we are? How do I feel about the place? I think it's maybe a bit more engaging when I talk, so because I like to watch walking tours, but I'd like to hear the opinion of other fellow human being who is behind the camera, but that's my personal preference. But if you would like me to shut up, I'm happy to do so. Let me know in the comments, please. I will appreciate that a lot. Look, still sidewalk and the bicycles part. Right, so what do we have here? There is a little, looks like a grocery center shop. Yeah, top. Yeah, looks like a grocery store. Should we pop in and buy something? See the prices. Maybe later. Right, on the right side there is a river and fountain. But look at this. This is typical Soviet apartment building. Let's just have a quick look. There is a lot of them across Latvia still, specifically in Riga. Brick apartment building, Soviet style, full on, and next to it super modern Latvian style, I suppose, school. Yeah, Latvia has been independent since 1991, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let's go back to that side, because I see there is a river. There are actually people on the little beach. I see a little beach. I see these scooter rentals all across Latvia, everywhere. But you can also rent a car and proper scooters like a moped style in Riga. One thing I noticed, well, another thing is how beautiful the nature is in here. And I'm a big fan of generally northern nature, Nordic-ish nature. It is very pretty. It's very, very green. Oh, I love that. Look at this. I suppose this is a river. It looks like a lake, but it is a river. I see kids playing in the sand. We're gonna go and check it out. And there is a little cafe. And this is on the right side. This is where we're gonna be going, because I see some houses there. We're gonna check how they live in here. So far, I like it here. Plus it's all green, very clean, very quiet. It's plus for somebody and minus for some. It's definitely plus for me. I like quieter environments. I am not into busy places. Look at this fountain. Cool. Let's carry on. This looks like a restaurant as well. Pizza place. But look at these pine trees. This is pretty. It's beginning of June, so weather is approximately 20 degrees. A little windy today. This looks like a cool place to go. Might get busier in the evening. Most people are at work, just me walking around. Look at that. I'm not sure if you see in the distance. They're playing with the ball. Some people are tanning. Some people are chilling. I've got some, I see some water sports facility. Some kayaks to rent. Right, let's continue this way. This part makes me feel like a holiday destination, like in the mountains or somewhere. Family came for a beach day. This is cool. Right, let's go this way. Right, I can hear a music in the distance, so I will have to talk. Whatever I say, don't take too seriously. I'm just trying to continue talking, so I don't have to mute the sound because of the copyrights of the music. That's how YouTube works, unfortunately. If you don't have a copyright rights to a music, they will demonetize the video, etc. Luckily it's in a distance, but there is a kebab factory, so there is a kebab place. You can get yourself some nice food. People chilling here on the beach. It's very interesting. I'm gonna get a bit closer. I like that. Right, so I can see a bit of sand here. I suppose people play a volleyball here, and this definitely looks like volleyball court, which is fantastic. When I was younger, I used to play a lot of volleyball. Not so much anymore, because I've been traveling around the world for the last 6 years plus, on and off. Right, let's pop over here. So what do we have here? People are tanning, people are playing sports. There is a little town beach, and there is some work going on in the distance. You can hear it now, but there is a cafe, so people are sitting in there enjoying their drinks. We're going to be passing that place probably towards the end of this video, because I want to return a very similar way back. Right, let's go this way. So far this little town called Ādaži seems very family friendly. There's a lot of facilities. It's, or at least that's how it seems to me, like a family friendly. A lot of kids. I see a lot of kids, and they are off the school. So in Latvia, on the 31st of May, school ends. It's different in the different countries. Obviously, also different in the different schools. But as far as I understand, local school rules. All right, so this is first Latvian house we see. First house we see. Not too bad for a first house, huh? I'm gonna have to be very cautious about the way I approach houses and properties. Latvians do appreciate the privacy a lot. They're very private people. They might seem or come across cold-ish, as typical for Nordic countries, but once you get to know them, they are very friendly, but they appreciate their privacy. So I would not definitely be just filming their houses like I'm doing right now. I will have to be a little more cautious. But this is very nice garden with some, seems to be a summer house. Pretty interesting choice of colors, dark and beige. But sounds of the nature in here. Okay, there is another very interesting house in front of us. That doesn't look like a typical house. Looks more like a millionaire house. So we are now walking along the river. We came from the other side of the river. Now we are walking in more residential area where there is a lot of houses, not so many apartments. There are some apartments in this town as well, but they are in a different location. I won't go there today, but if this video is popular enough, I'm happy to go and explore more in this town or similar towns like Ādaži. See this dark house, like whole black. To be honest, it looks like a house of some streamer or gamer. Or crypto millionaire. Look, there is a new plot for a new house to be built, but behind it there is a beautiful grey house. Okay, it's definitely worth going to this street and check out these properties. If any Latvians are watching, please let me know in the comments if these type of houses are common in your country. For example, like this. This is beautiful. You can say it's new. And another one, grey one. Wow, this is very pretty in here. Yeah, house will be built in here. Pine trees everywhere. A lot of houses kept the pine trees growing in the backyards. They don't cut them down. This house is very pretty as well. Oh wow, this one. Look at this house. Well, if these houses are common, then I will be very surprised. But this looks like a upscale area. I like this house a lot. I won't come any closer because obviously I respect their privacy. This house is beautiful. There is another one in the distance, and another 3 in here. Let me know in the comments what you think. How do these houses compare to the houses in your country? I don't suppose these houses are your typical middle class houses. If they are, good on you, Latvia. But as far as I understand, Latvian economy is not one of the strongest economies. However, very often quality of life in a country has nothing to do with the economical output of a country. We can see that in UK, for example, from my own experience. Quality of life in UK is very low, by my opinion. And this is pretty house. But economy is one of the strongest in the world, or it's supposed to be one of the strongest. I would not mind living in such an environment. Not for a minute. This is totally my vibe. And these Nordic pine trees, oh my god, they are everywhere. Another house. Not sure if you see it behind the fence. There is a lady taking care of her plants, so I won't disturb. Right, this looks like an area which is in the middle of being built, because as you can see, roads are not built, at least not from this side. Some gardens in here. You see, this is what I mean. I was comparing the UK and Latvia. It's very common for people to have gardens and greenhouses. In most of the houses, grow their own vegetables, seasonal vegetables in the summer, in the spring, and their own fruits. This is typical family house. Look at the size of it, and the backyard is just large. There is a lot of space to spend time outdoors, especially during the days like today, 20 degrees. I cannot imagine anything nicer than just to wake up, make a strong cup of black coffee or whatever coffee you prefer, get out and spend the whole day outdoors. This is nice. Properties are massive in here, and you can see there are flags. Very often there are flags hanging in front of each Latvian house. They are a very patriotic country because they are small. They are 1.8 million people. There are 1.8 million people living in Latvia. That's the population currently. We are getting back on the main road in here. So we just did a little turn. I actually don't mind these roads. I don't mind that they are not finished. It adds very interesting vibe to it. Look at this road. When you're walking in or driving in, it's almost like entering the area where your summer house is for a summer holiday. It's very common in Sweden, Norway. Every household has got like a second summer house. They go during the weekends too. And this area looks like it, but people actually live here full time. This is the street. So we've been all around there. Okay. Let's continue. Not sure if this guy was talking to me. He was saying something in Latvian. Maybe he was just talking to his dog. If you have a dog, you definitely talk to your dog more than you talk to people. From my experience, dog lovers are very good with the dogs, and very often not as good with the people. This is very pretty family house with a large backyard, like super large. I am not sure if I mentioned Ādaži, the town we are currently at. It's a small town. It's not a large town, but right next to it there is another small town called Kādaga, and it is a kind of military town. So NATO has got base there. A lot of soldiers from across the world, specifically from US, Canada, Spain, basically all NATO NATO members are training their soldiers in there. It's a huge facility, so very often in this town you can hear the sounds of military vehicles and from training facilities. It's not too far, it's like 3 kilometers from this town. Maybe it would be interesting to go and check it out there. I'm not sure how happy would they be with me filming the area, as it is a military object and military area. Should we go in here? It's a nice little street. I just don't want to look like a creep walking with a camera on my chest, staring through the windows. Look, this is definitely more sort of a summer house. They did a barbecue in the evening here. Wow, this one whole black. Look at that. I am not sure how do I feel about whole black house. It is wood. It is wood from outside. Right, this one is still being built. It's a new house, you can say. But a lot of space. And another dark house. This one is being built as well. It looks like this area is popular. Many people decide to build beautiful houses in here. Well, do you blame them? Look at the environment. This is very pretty house. Well, so far, according to this particular area, people live pretty well. Some gardens in here. If we would go that way, we would get to the river. There is more houses being built. There is a lot of dark colors in there, in the properties. Look, dark house, dark house, dark house, dark house. It looks stylish though. It really does. The only similar style I've seen across the world was in Norway. Maybe even Denmark. Okay, we're gonna get back to our main road. Wow, that is a large backyard. So we were basically walking on this road, then we turned in and out, and then we turned in again and out again to the main road. These are definitely some wealthy people living here. Because these backyards are just huge. Another dark house with a massive backyard. And this one, wow, this one there is a main house. There is this shed slash garage. Also there is a little wooden house, I suppose, for a kid. Look at that. Garage, main house. I can see they're building a wooden house, wooden summer house. It's all made of wood. This dog doesn't like me. Do not come any closer, he says. Oh. Yeah. On my right side, there are two super large houses. It's difficult to describe the size of a backyard. I don't know. I cannot even say. It's just massive. They have a proper long driveway, maybe, I don't know, maybe 100 meters long driveway. I can see some soldiers. Look. Okay, so we are approaching the river, bridge over the river. It is all super green in here. So we basically came from that side. We went all the way around, checked the houses. This is the river. Another house, and another house. They have access to the river, which is nice to have. How would I put this into one word? This feeling I have in here. Probably natural. Nature oriented. There is a beautiful house at the back. I'm not sure if you can see it properly. It's darker color. Access to the river. It's a beautiful place in here. This location is really nice, and I would gladly build a house in here. Right, at this point of the video, I'm gonna ask you once again, please let me know how do you feel about me speaking during these videos. Would you like me to stop talking? Would you like me to talk less? Or are you fine with me talking as much as I'm talking? Please let me know. I really wanna make these videos long term, and I wanna find the way how to be the best at creating these videos. And your feedback is super important, because these videos are for you. They are for me as well, because I love traveling, I love exploring new locations, places. But at the same time, I want to take you with me so we experience it together. That's why these point of view videos. There's another set of houses in here. They're equally large, equally pretty, maybe brighter, a bit brighter, you can see. Bright color. You can say they value their privacy. Look at the fence. Nice and green, but covers everything inside. That's what I would do as well. So nobody with a camera would be able to come and see my house. Let's go in here. I want to see this. Okay, so somebody built this platform. To jump to river, or just park your little boat. And I can see old couple in there in front of me fishing. Please don't get offended. I didn't mean old. I mean a little older than me. Oh, there was a fish. Fish just jumped out of water. I love it here. This gives me summer vibes. Summer vibes at grandparents. Let me know in the comments if you have any good memories, or if you have a good memories spending summer with the grandparents when you were younger, because I definitely do. My grandparents live in a similar town like this one, size-wise at least. Probably not so developed, or it wasn't when I was at the age of 10 or 15. But I remember summer was definitely my favorite part. It was great. I spent a lot of time around the river, around the nature like this. That's probably why I have such a relationship with nature and the places like this. I prefer this over any city in the world million times. And I know when I get older, I will live in something like this, in a town like this. Right, I think we've got kindergarten coming towards us. You don't see that too often. People fishing on the side of the river, enjoying summer. a well-behaved bunch of children. And another one. I think it's some kind of summer camp or something. It used to be very popular in my country. When I was younger, parents are basically putting their children into a summer camp in their town. Yeah, I think it's very common in most of the countries. One thing I noticed, Latvians are very tall, and then I googled and I found out that Latvian women are the tallest women in the world. Did you know that? Do you know what's the breed of this white doggy? It's Samoyed. It's a Russian breed. Okay, let's pop in over here as well, so we see different parts of the town. How's that for a neighborhood? Not bad, very clean. Here we have a combination of older houses and newer houses, but just, I mean, look at the sidewalk. Plant on the side. This is just pretty. Well, maybe except this property, but you can say that there are some sort of there is a garage to well, it's probably not the garage, it's some maybe utility, well, whatever this property is. It's definitely not a house. But yeah, this neighborhood is, I would argue, nicer than the previous one. Just look at that. This is beautiful neighborhood. All very well taken care of, like immaculate. Every single fence, every single plant. I'm looking into the gardens and they are just immaculate. Grass is cut, trees are trimmed, bushes are trimmed. Two shepherds protecting the house. Shepherds are quite popular in Latvia, German shepherds. Okay, I guess we're gonna take a turn here to the right and see where we are. But yeah, you see, blend of roads, and then you have this kind of dirt road, which as I mentioned, I don't mind at all. It gives me very summer vibes, countryside vibes. And this combination of this countryside vibes and this greenery around, plus some of the modern houses. I don't mind older houses as well. I like older houses, to be honest. But this combination is just perfect. You can say there is a lot of still being built. So road has to be laid down, asphalt, and many houses are not finished, and you do have a foundation for a new houses. So there is a lot of development happening for sure in here, and I can see why. It is 15 minutes from capital, and you get this. You get, if you need to, you get a city vibe in 15 minutes in Riga. Otherwise, you live in an environment like this. In houses like this, often, not always, I suppose. Well, Latvia so far has been very green, probably one of the greenest. Okay, so we are heading back to a town center. I was gonna mention another interesting fact about Latvia is that many people still speak Russian. There is a huge Russian minority living in Latvia, specifically in the south of Latvia, closer to border with Belarus, and Latvia also shares a border with Russia from east side, so there is a minority of people speaking Russian, or they are Russian descendants, or they were born in Latvia but they are speaking Russian language because over the generations their whole family has been always speaking Russian. It's just how it is in here. You can see that most often in Riga, not so much in smaller towns like this, like Ādaži. I barely heard any Russian, maybe one person, otherwise everyone else Latvian. Alright, relatively short video today. Please let me know if you want me to continue commenting during these videos or just stay quiet, or basically speak less if that's your preference. And also let me know if you wanted me to film part 2 or part 3 even about particulars in Latvia, for example prices, so we could go to the shop and just check what's the cost of basic groceries in Latvia, yeah, or anything else what is interesting for you. Let me know in the comments. Please press that like, it really helps algorithm to push this video further and motivates me to make more of these videos. And I think we will end this video in a beautiful green park. Yeah, Okay, thank you for joining me. I hope you liked it. I hope you learned something new about Latvia. If you have questions, let me know in the comments. I'm reading all of them and answering all of them. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.